On behalf of my colleague and I, would like to say a very good evening to you. We are here to only say nothing but to say thank you. We appreciate you from the depth of our heart for your commitment, all the way from Abuja here down to Morocco and to Egypt. The result, the close came back, it was not what it had been for us. I would like to say, but this is football. And for now, I think we are done for now, but we have the bigger task ahead, which is Indonesia. And as I would have likely said, that is where we want to be hosted and celebrated at the later end after Indonesia. So we'd like to say a very big thank you to you. And by the special grace of Almighty God, in Indonesia, we are going to deliver.
World stage. So once again, the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sport is very proud of you. And again, the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sport is very proud of you. And
we have a plan for every match. But in the first place, things gone wrong somehow, somewhere. Most importantly, as I said earlier, after one of our matches in Egypt, that I have to apologize to Nigerians just in one aspect. And what was that aspect? I said it to Nigerians that no professional player will join us in the match venue or in the competition venue. They all have to come to Nigeria. But along the line, football is all about philosophy. Now, a player that is the Ahmed Abdullah, he was part of the team in Nigeria and he was an exceptional player then. And after submission of the 25-man list, he was not part of the list. They will still have room to change. 4 out of them were affected for the PCMA, that is a medical ground. And the team we took to WAFU, we missed about 7 of them because of accreditation. I think ordinarily, it's not every coach will be able to manage that situation and then go back, losing the first match, waking up, and of course picking the World Cup ticket. The condition given to me, or the target given to me, was to qualify the team for the World Cup. So whatever comes ahead of that was just like a bonus. And most importantly, we have achieved our aim, qualifying the team for the World Cup, and that meaning that we have left a generation for Nigeria to go ahead. And of course, we have left a generation, those players should go to the World Cup and sell themselves for better offers. And the more they get better offers, it means we're keeping a generation for the Super Eagles.
Well, yes, indeed, it's a legacy, but I share that legacy with the NFF because it's a federation charged with football development. And I also share that legacy with the young people who form our teams, both the female and male football teams. Importantly, we are driven by what we see in the FIFA Charter. The FIFA Charter talks about youth development, a commitment that is pursued with resources to federations across Africa and across the world. Nigeria has since keyed in. Remember the glorious years of our football in this country? It was the years we paid attention to grassroots football development. We paid attention to the Principal's Cup. We paid attention to youth football development. We started the Principal's Cup last year. We've seen 1 or 2 people come from the Principal's Cup into the team. We've seen 4 players from the grassroots. That's what we want to see. When you look at it, these are 2 aspects that meet eventually. For us, I think we have achieved the first part of it. We've discovered these young talents. And then we're presented the world stage. That's the World Cup in Indonesia, to be able to really make sure that we excel. I have no doubt in my mind that this team will go forward. The necessary adjustments will be made. The technical crew will do a lot of work. Our boys too will be toughened. And I believe they will go to Indonesia and do this country proud. My charge to them is to go out there and for the first time win this World Cup. We've had an excellent run. Now they should put the icing on the excellent run we've had over the years and go out there in Indonesia. Nigerians will be rooting for them and cheering them. They can do it. With the Nigerian spirit, they should go out there and bring home the cup.
Flying Eagles being received there in Abuja at the MK Abiola Stadium, where the Minister of Sports and Youth Development received them alongside NFF, where, well, they just came back from Egypt. They play at the AFCON Under-20. They came third and also qualify for the World Cup. Welcoming you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV, Adeni Aji-Shafe. And I have in the studio Olawale Peters. Good to have you.
Yeah, good morning, Adeni. It's my pleasure being here.
Okay, let's start from that particular story that has to do with the under-20 Flying Eagles of Nigeria. Right now, the Minister of Youth and Sport Development right now has called on NFF to prepare Flying Eagles for FIFA World Cup win. They want, according to him yesterday, while he was receiving them, he said NFF should do better by making sure the team gets to Indonesia, not just to be there, but to come back with that trophy, as we are yet to win it. Twice we've gone to the final and we came as runner-up, but this time around we want to win this particular competition, according to the Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Sunday Dare. Well, you just saw they had the reception for the under-20 team.
Yeah, I saw the reception and the speeches also, both from the minister and the coach also, and a very good one. And it's kind of motivating, but I think we still have to do more. Sunday Dare said something that I'm very happy about, that for the first time we are going back to the glorious days when the youth and the grassroots used to be the one to determine the future of the Super Eagles. The Flying Eagles are called feeder team of the Super Eagles. What do you mean by the feeder teams? They are the ones that feed the Super Eagles the future of the likes of Fatai Atere, Kanu Nwankwo, Sanjo Olise, Wilson Oruma. We have a lot of them in Nigeria, even in the world. We have the likes of Lionel Messi of today, Angel Di Maria, Erling Haaland. We have a lot of them that they came from this same particular competition. So that means if you get it right from this under-20 that is known as the feeder team, we'll get it right when it comes to the national football. Fantastic. We have 2 players from the principal corps that were represented in this competition, and we have 4 from the grassroots, making 6. That is what we've been saying. We want to hear this testimony that a son of nobody is becoming somebody. And that is what we are saying now. So it's a very good one. They should not bow down to pressure. Yes, we lost a lot of players due to the medical and age issues from the players that played at the WAFU. That is why we couldn't get the goals as we expected during the competition, except in the final that we won 4-0. I think this is a very good development. Then what do they need to do right now? We have to start the preparation early. Now we are going to Indonesia. That is in southeast of Asian country. Some of these players, young boys, they've never been outside of this country before. And from Lagos to Indonesia is 11,688 kilometers. That's about 21 hours flight, about 5 hours layover. So now we are expecting someone that have never been out of this country to go for a competition like this 2 or 3 days to the time. Most of them have not eaten Nigerian any other dishes apart from that. These are the factors that affect all these players. So what do we need now? We need early preparation. First, let's have the team list. Once we have the team list, let's look at any Asian country that these boys, they can camp, train, get acclimatized with their weather, with their food, because Nigeria, from all the competition we've attended, I've never seen a situation where Nigeria will go with their Nigerian dishes to feed the players there. We have to make use of these are the things that affect all these players. But what people normally look out for is their performances. They didn't do very well, they didn't play very well, but there are some things that look at other African countries. Even when they are playing the AFCON, the likes of Morocco and co, they came with their food, with their bed and everything to make them comfortable. So these are the things that we need to start putting in place before the competition. Our best performance at the FIFA World Cup has been runner-up, and that was in 1989 and 2005. So that means we have to beat our best. That is what Sunday Dare is trying to say, that we have to beat our best by doing what? By winning the trophy, because we have what it takes to win the trophy. But you shouldn't be expecting the result when you didn't do adequate planning and preparation for the boss. If we have the adequate planning and preparation, and we did not start dropping some of these boys, we allow them to blend, we give them the necessary experience, confidence, I think it is a way to go. Then also, I think the federal government, through the Minister of Sports and Youth, will try and do something different. If you watch the third place match at the AFCON that was playing in Egypt, you can count the Nigerian supporters that we have there. Even the pitch is practically empty. However, we have Nigerians that are residing in Egypt. So what the federal government needs to do through the Minister of Sports and Youth is to make the ticket available to Nigerians in Indonesia to come and share the boys up free of charge at the cost of the Nigerian government. We have embassy in Indonesia.
Of course, and we have a lot of traders there.
We have a lot of them there. What they need to do is to make the ticket available free through the embassy. Tell them that, oh, Nigerians are coming to Indonesia, because a lot of people, a lot of supporters will not be able to go from Nigeria due to the distance and the cost involved. But we have Nigerians in there. The embassy, the Nigerian community, will make the ticket available. Let the boys see their own people also. It is part of what motivates the boys to perform very, very, very well. I think all this, if you put it in place, the first position target given to them will be achieved, because they can't give someone a target without giving him or her the tools to achieve that target and be expecting the result.
We've been talking concerning the Flying Eagles there. Well, looking at the fact that they came third at the under-20 AFCON that took place in Egypt. And right now, a lot of people are saying, well, we need to plan ahead of this World Cup that will be coming up May, June. And right now, they need to get acclimatized with the weather of Asia. Then allow Nigerians abroad to support them. Those living around Indonesia and also Indonesia to support them, share them to victory while we put everything in place ahead of the World Cup. Well, Madam Boso and the technical crew have been charged right now to do well at this particular competition. And we hope that it will respond with the way it needs to be responding, right? Well, for the under-20 team right now, maybe some of them will go and some will actually come in, because he was asked that question. What about the news going around that about 15 of your players will be dropped? He said, well, we'll see what to do when the time is right. We'll get some better players to actually fill in the gap for those players who couldn't make it right in the under-20 team. Giving you updates concerning the reception given to the under-20 team there, the Flying Eagles, yesterday at the MK Abiola Stadium in Abuja. Now, let's talk about some games that were played in Europe. For Monday, 2 matches were played, talking about Girona versus Atletico Madrid. They won that game, talking of Atletico Madrid, won 1-0. Koslov Morata, who scored for them. And you have AC Milan sharing the spoil against Salernitana, 1-1 there. Olivier Giroud and also Dier scoring for Salernitana, making it 1-1. And right now, Atletico Madrid seems to have at least, they got that 3 points at stake.
Yeah, they got the 3 points at almost the end of the match. And when you have a player
tough one for them.
Very tough one for them. And the goal didn't come until like 2 minutes after the regular time of 90 minutes. So when you have a striker like Morata on the pitch, it's not over until it is over. And it's also a point, the 3 point that Atletico Madrid need to consolidate their position in the third place of the La Liga table, because if it's either we like it or not, Barcelona, I think they are running away with
the La Liga
title, take it or leave it. They're running away with it. So the fight now is between the second, third, and fourth position. So a win yesterday, it's something that Atletico Madrid really need, and that took them to the third position behind Real Madrid. Then for AC Milan and Salernitana also, and I think it's something that AC Milan really need, because if you look at the Serie A also, it's becoming more interesting. Apart from the Napoli, who at the same time have run away with the title Scudetto, and because of the gap about over 15 points between them and the second place. If you look at the second place, third place, fourth and fifth, I'm talking about Lazio, I'm talking about Inter Milan, Lazio, AC Milan. Look at the
competition is very high.
Look at the point difference. We have Roma, who is currently on 5th position, 47 points, followed by AC Milan, 48 points, followed by Inter Milan, 50. So that means they have only one point. And the difference between Roma and Inter Milan is just 3 points. That is a match. Imagine if yesterday, AC Milan, they lost their match. That means they will still be on 47 points together with Roma. So nobody needs to sleep this time around. It's just a match or a draw.
You blink your eye, you are out.
Once you blink your eye, not that you're only out, 7 goals will enter, just the way 7 goals enter between Liverpool and Manchester United.
When will Manchester United get over this particular 7? Because I don't want to mention the name of the drink now.
7-up.
Seriously. Okay. So because really, Man United right now, that particular draw being trashing or whatever you want to call it. Although, if you check the record too, they've also done that to so many clubs.
Well, it's not about what you've done to others, it's what they did to you.
Oh my goodness.
And it will take a long time, sincerely, for Manchester United to come over this, because this is something that happened to them last in 1932. So over
very long time,
and it happens to them, when they are on top of their game. They are doing very well before this happens to them.
And it seemed that even defeated Liverpool has not been the best.
Yeah, they've not been the best, but I do normally say this, and that's the reality. Anytime they are playing derby match, irrespective of your performance doesn't really matter. What matters is that I'm playing with my enemy, so you're not going to win me. So they get that extra strength, extra power. That's what happened between Liverpool and Manchester United. The truth is, what happened that day, it's not the real performance of Liverpool and not the real performance of Manchester United. We saw what happened a week after Liverpool, they lost their match to Southampton. This is a match that everybody thought is going to be over, because this in Liverpool have beaten Southampton 8-1 before in 2018 when Mo Salah scored hat-trick. So it's like, oh, they're going to win this, and look at what happened. That is football for you. But I just think Manchester United, they need to really rediscover themselves again, because the match affected them in their next match, in which they drew 0-0. Though they had a red card, Casemiro, and that is something they really need to be seriously concerned about. Anytime Casemiro is not playing, because he is the link between the defender and the attacker. It's a box-to-box player. We've seen the number of goals that he has scored, a lot of tackles that he has done for them. So I think they really need to look for his replacement for the next 2 or 3 matches that he's really going to miss.
We've been looking at the match that actually happened yesterday, AC Milan versus Salernitana, ending in that 1-1 where they shared the spoil. Girona losing against Atletico Madrid at that particular Estadio Montilivi in Spain. Well, right now, quickly, let's talk about some other stories before we wrap it up. We have in Nigeria, really, who did well for himself when it comes to coaching, but right now he has been appointed as the under-18 coach of Chelsea. Chelsea appoint Nigerian tactician Hassan Sulaiman as under-18 coach. He has been with the under-14, the under-16, and now is with the under-18. And the good thing is that not only we have another Nigerian called Chinonso is with the under-14. That shows that the Blues are actually like this. The Blues are getting a lot of Nigerians into their fold. I remember Mike Emenalo.
Okay, I'm not going to attach it to Blues. I'll attach it to my country, Nigeria. So that means Nigeria are doing very well outside the country. So the question we should be asking ourselves is, why are we always performing optimally when we are outside the shore of this country? So that means the environment is not conducive enough for us, or what really happened? Or is it all about this sentiment that I must know you, you must know me, you must come from my region, you must come from my religion, or what have you, before you give the best man to do the job? If you win a trophy, it doesn't matter where the coach or the player comes from. The trophy is meant for Nigerians, and all Nigerians are expected to celebrate that. Until we remove that, and this country sincerely will always be drawing back. If they can identify him, and this is not the first time they are identifying him, he has done it before for the under 14, under 16, under 18. Before you know it now, it will become like Mike Emenalo. When Mike Emenalo left Chelsea, we knew what happened to Chelsea. So what we need to do is to appreciate our own, and a very good one for him. If the NFF should appoint Sulaiman, for example, as the Super Eagles coach, do you think we will not perform very well?
Of course.
We will perform very well.
For Chelsea also, to give him under 14, graduate him to 16 to 18, that shows he's good enough.
And look at Sunday Olise also, we have them, but the environment is not conducive enough in this country. I hope with what Sunday Dare have started, it will continue that way, where we have a player. It is very impressive to hear that from Principal's Cup. When did we hear that? It was in the 80s.
Players, in fact, two
players from the Principal's Cup, then 4 from the grassroots. The grassroots we are talking about are people that play for free in Abuja Stadium, Lagos, Kano, on the streets, and they are now on the team. So it's a very good event. Until we do that, we address that issue, we'll continue to lament like this. It's a very good one for Sulaiman Hassan. We're very proud of him for what he has done. And we have a lot of Nigerians also doing very well outside the country, but we need their experience in our country to develop our football also.
I remember Coach Abdullahi Bifo talking about Nigerians. Coaches are being paid very well over there. I mean, how about Nigeria and the US MLS? They are doing so well when it comes to football. A lot of Nigerians, our brother, are really doing well right now. Congrats to Hassan Sulaiman that have been appointed by Chelsea as their under-18 coach. I really appreciate that. Quickly, let's talk about the man that at the end of affairs in Tottenham, Antonio Conte, has been under fire right now. But according to Chris Sutton, well, he should just leave Tottenham now. That's the story we're looking at. Antonio Conte should leave Tottenham now. I still don't know why.
So I don't.
If the fire, what he's facing is not as tough like what's his name now, the magician Graham Potter.
Okay, you can't compare the two together.
Well, Potter has picked up anyway.
No, he hasn't picked up because he won 3 matches now. Because he won 3 matches doesn't mean he has picked up after losing about 10, 12 matches.
Until he meets up with those 12.
No. You're talking about a coach that they made available £600 million for transfer, and we are given that performance. I don't think there's any excuse for Graham Potter to really think that he has arrived. Then let's talk about the Tottenham. I think Tottenham, they have a serious issue. It's not about the coach, it's about the management or the board. Because most of the problem organization face at times is not really the people driving that organization, probably the back end management. Now, what do I mean? The last time Tottenham won a trophy was in 2008. That was the League Cup, now known as Carabao Cup, against Chelsea. Okay, since that 2008 and up to now, they've had 8 coaches. 8 coaches between 2008 till now. That's in 15 years, you have 8 coaches, and you've not won anything. Now, is it the fault of the coaches? That means something fundamentally is wrong with the system. So it's a systemic problem, and if you do not address the systemic problem, you'll be thinking it's a management problem. It is not a management problem. They had the likes of Jose Mourinho, whom they sacked when it was about playing final.
Getting them a call.
And this is a coach that has the track record of once I get to the final, I must win it. You sack him a day to the final. So that means, is it that they are doing it deliberately, that they don't want to win a trophy? You've had someone like Andrew Villas-Boas. You've had someone like Red Card. You have fantastic.
Like maybe
Sherrywood. You have
maybe something happened somewhere. Like we say, no be juju be that. For them to sack Mourinho, it was obvious that everybody was like, this score should be for Tottenham or score.
Definitely.
And the next thing, I don't know how it happened. The juju be that actually.
So why didn't they allow him to finish the competition first
and see?
And if you ask Mourinho today that how many trophies has you won, he will tell you 25 and a half. And they'll ask him which one is the half. He said the Tottenham that he took to find out. They didn't allow him to play that one.
Mourinho.
So I think something is systematically wrong with the management of Tottenham. It's not about the coach issue. And if he like himself sincerely, he should resign. However, he will not resign. Why won't he resign? Because there is a clause in the contract of all the coaches in Europe. If you resign, you're going to lose your money. But if they sack you,
you get that.
The money that is supposed to pay you for your contract term, they will still pay you in full. So what you'll be doing is, let me sit down, let them sack me. I'll collect my money, I will move on. So I don't see him resigning. It has never happened before. The likes of Jose Mourinho, the amount of money he has collected for being sacked is more than the amount of money that they paid him
for being appointed.
So because he's going to wait for them to sack him, he has collected almost £85 million for being sacked. So I don't see him resigning. However, it is a very good coach, a coach that has a future, that knows what he is doing, will never take a job of being a Tottenham coach, sincerely, until they address the issue that they are having.
Well, let's see what is happening concerning Tottenham Hotspur there. And before we go, let's talk about this particular player who has been subject of discussion across Europe right now. But Real Madrid seems to be edging closer. They are ready to fork out at least about €100 million to buy this player, Jude Bellingham. Real Madrid are willing to pay Dortmund €100 million for Bellingham, plus add-ons. They will be adding another €40 million if they allow him to be signed by Real Madrid.
Okay, and the first question is, Dortmund, are they ready to let him go? And I will say yes. They may not have any choice than to let him go now, because when they still have about a year or two on his contract, this is the best time for them to catch out. If they didn't do that and they wait till like 6 months to the end of his contract, it's at liberty to talk to any club, and at that point, they're going to lose a lot of money. So they cannot hold him. But is he going to play in any league outside Premier League? I'll still say it. You hardly see an English player playing outside their league, and they'll be consistent. Apart from Beckham, apart from Owen, all these other players, they'll just get unnecessary hype. And once they get that, they'll get a good club. Maybe look at Jack Grealish, for example. Look at Walcott, for example. Look at Raheem Sterling, for example. I can name more than 10 or 15 of them. What have they done? They've done nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, I think the best for Jude Bellingham to do is to go to either Liverpool or Manchester United. They are already on his case. That is where he can get whatever he's looking for. But going to Real Madrid, I don't think it will be the best option for him.
I remember Jonathan Woodgate, so it never ended well. But right now, well, maybe they should be looking at Victor Osimhen. That player seems to be having it right now. Well, Jude Bellingham, English hype and all that. Let's see what will be happening concerning his contract. Will he be going to Real Madrid or Manchester City or United? Even Liverpool. That will be it on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I've been with Olawale Peters. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adeni. It's my pleasure being here.
I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is business and fitness. Thanks for watching.